Welcome back. Today we're going to continue on this mini-series with this VL. You saw me last time cut out the tubs. This time I'm going to plate the rails. So we're going to do a bit of CAD design. Some of our more frequent viewers would remember it from earlier episodes with the Valiant. And CAD design is cardboard. You can pick up cardboard anywhere these days. It's plentiful and there's tons of it. And all we need is safety scissors and a marker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get set up. I'm going to cut up a square, trace the rail from the inside, from the bottom side and all that. And then we're going to cut them out. Once we've got those templates good, we'll transfer them over to mold steel, cut them with a grinder, check them again, and then probably start tacking them in. We've got a little bit of cleanup to do. We've got to take off some of the old paint, some of the sound deadener and shit. Let's get to it. So just templated the top side of the rail like that. I'm now going to sort of try and hold this, get underneath the car and do the back side of the rail with the texter. Just thought I'd explain to you guys why I've left this area proud and not worried about that section there. I'm actually going to box this rail out all the way, so it's 50mm. As you can see, it's quite narrow right here in the pinch. That 50mm strip I've got will cover all this up, and eventually there'll actually be another plate right up here to fill in there. It'll bump into this top control arm mount, which will also strengthen it up, and it'll finish up in here somewhere. I haven't fully decided whether I'm taking that rear brace out just yet. That's sort of dependent on 9-inch clearance, but anyway, for now this is our rail template. This needs to be transferred into some 3mm mild steel. And then we can start welding in. I'm actually going to go over to the other side of the car now and check how that fits. So stay tuned. So passenger side, it's pretty good up the front. Pretty good till here. You can just see that rail there changing. And there's actually a bit of excess material over here. Other than that, it's pretty much spot on. I'm actually going to make up a second cardboard template now, just to get the differences in this, because I don't want to be standing here grinding tons of material off. I'd much rather just have it nice, weld it up, polish it off, and we're good. Righto. Alrighty, that's our drinker's side rail done. Again, the help of our amazing CAD design systems here, which would be cardboard aided design. You can see it's just a little bit nicer here. Oh, there it goes. So it's just a bit nicer on these two sections. I've actually got to cut a little bit more of that out just to line it up the other side. I think it's about 50 mil it needs to go. Might just put a note on there now, plus 50 mil that direction. Alright, let's transfer this to mild steel. Just done a few things off camera. I have sprayed the inside of the rails with our favourite weld through copper primer. I've also sprayed the back sides of the capping plates, so they're ready to go in. Yep, you can see that's all primed in there. It's also had to do a little bit of trimming here. I just finished squaring away there. I'll probably come back in a little while and I will start tacking these in. So guys, it's actually a few days later. It's actually Tuesday today. I actually ran out of gas and ran out of memory card, but I've actually finished welding up these capping plates. Still got a piece to go there, a piece to cap there. But you can see it's all fully welded in there. Filled up a couple of the plugs from older things. Both sides are welded now. So next step is to get the car swung back down a level, and I've actually got to sand all this up so I can show you how I'm going to do the capping plate on the underside of the rail now. Let's get it swung down. Put this over the knee brake, and she goes about there. Actually gets cut about here somewhere. You get to trim back to where that bit of floor is, but that'll give us that nice 50mm wide rail all the way through. It'll box it out. There'll be a little infill at the back right about there, and be a lot stronger than this narrow little piece that we've got made here. So yep, I'm going to go trim this, tack it in.
It's a funky shape you got there.
That's why we're using the funky shape knee.
Hey, because we're working on VLs today, does that mean we get kebabs for lunch?
I thought that was implied.
No to Wooly. Was it you or Saxon?
No, it was me.
So what are you making here? These are the infill strips at the bottom of these rails?
These are the infill strips at the bottom of these rails.
So it's got the rails boxed in.
Yep.
Now these strips just go up under here. So he's adding a little bit more meat in here. He'll probably plate the backside as well.
Yeah, backside only gets plated
In the front section.
sort of between that front section and there.
Yep.
Just to box it out to 50 mil.
So it's a rail over a rail essentially.
Yeah. Someone once told me if you're taking stuff out, put double back in.
Was that Wayne Crumlin?
It was Wayne Crumlin.
Shout out to Crumbo.
I'm sure he'll get a kick out of that.
Uncle Crumbo.
Crumbo. Uncle Wayne.
It's Leonie's birthday today. So
Is it?
happy birthday, Leonie, from
Little Frockers.
Yeah,
Come on, mate.
our biggest fan.
One of our biggest fans.
Ready, set, go. Yeah. No, they just go straight in the bin. Yeah. Alright, explain what you've done. Explain what this is.
Just a boxing plate, capping plate, however you want to label it. It's just going to give us a 50 mil rail where it's not 50 mil.
And then you're going to plate this back.
Yeah, we'll make a plate to slip in there and probably box it out.
So it's a captive rail and a rail. It should be pretty strong.
It should be stronger than factory, if anything.
I'll explain what I did as well. Cardboard pieces. So we got to fill in these holes here, otherwise they fill up with water and dirt and look unprofessional.
Except for these couple of holes here that fill up with water and dirt.
So just made a cardboard template, just traced it on some steel. I'll cut it out now. Tom can mold them in.
Doing a bit of CAD design today, what do you mate?
Bit of CAD design, cardboard aided design.
Cardboard design.
And then made one for here as well. So you got it fitting there pretty close now.
Yeah, it just needs a little bit off here, I reckon.
And what are you going to do? Just push it down and then mark the bottom side with the textile?
Pretty much, just gonna hold it there. Give it one of those.
That gives us one of those.
Give it one of these. Make sure you use safety scissors, viewers. Don't run with them either.
Always carry the blades in your hand and points facing down.
Yep. Make sure you wear your safety gear when you're cutting. Scissors are a dangerous implement, you can die.
My biggest problem with those scissors is my thumb gets stuck in them.
So make sure you lube up right.
I just go and dry. The silly Project Binky spec, mate.
What a compliment. So that fits pretty good there.
Double check the other side. Make it work.
The other side's slightly different. They're not exactly the same rail, but it's only going to be marginally shorter. If you can see there, this side lumps out a bit more than that side. It does look the same, but this side also starts to 45 in on here, whereas this side stays square. So it's not a huge loss. We'll just make a second template. That can be a driver's side template. And that'll box it out.
So while Tom welds more of that VL up, I'm going to use the cardboard templates we just made. Essentially what we're going to do, hold it down, trace around it, then I'll cut it off with a grinder. Happy days. So as you can see, our cardboard template, take it off, in steel now. So I'll take that one over and Tom can tack it in. So cardboard template's been made, steel's been cut, copper primed.
Yep, wire wheeled and copper primed. Put the clamp on it.
Tack her off.
Tack her off and that's that boxed out.
Fold that side in.
Flip her over.
We're going to sand that off, or are you going to sand it later?
It feels like a sand it later job today.
Not feeling it?
Nah.
I'll sand it for you. So you've got those tacked in now?
I'm in, mate.
Fully welded. All copper primed underneath. Same up on this side. The little infill panels for the end of the rail. So what's next?
Next is a bit of sand that up, but like I said earlier, that's going to be another day job. I'm not feeling like sanding much anymore. We might we'll dig the tubs out and put them together.
Move that 400 kilo ARB roof rack.
Not our CAD.
It's a wonder it didn't punch the gutters in that thing.
Oh.
It's off a twin cab cruiser Tom's been doing some work on.
It's about there somewhere.
So that's a half moon.
That is a half moon tub. I think they're specifically made for VLs, this set. From memory, which is good.
They bought from McDonald Brothers Racing, weren't they?
Yeah, the McDonald Bros Racing ones, yep. Fit in there pretty nice.
We're looking to get some stuff done through them, aren't we?
Yep.
In the coming weeks.
Yeah, we'll keep that one under wraps for now, eh? Yeah, so this is a VL tub from McDonald Bros.
All the VL.
All the VL. So what these are half moon, like Zach said. These have a folded edge, so it's folded to 90 degrees. And they join to the tub itself. We can get a zoom in on that.
See if I can get it. Yep.
Yep. It's got a weird like fold over the top of it.
So that's what's called a Pittsburgh seam. So predominantly used in duct.
Yeah, mostly in duct working. And
Special machine to do it.
yeah, you've got it. Yeah, we when we did our trade, there was a machine to do it at Tech. Did it slightly differently. We actually had a longer final leg on it because we used to like hammer that around. These should just clip in. Probably a little bit of hammering on that, and it'll be it. There's not a lot of folding over. It gets tricky on a radius because when you roll that and you try to say fold that over, you actually like crinkle it.
Makes little tucks, like it shrinks it, so it takes a bit of hammer and dolly work just to flatten it out. But
yeah, so I think this will actually go together fairly easily. I think we might put these through the roller first because we don't want to make a mess of them. Customer actually supplied these to me. I actually wanted to use half moons from McDonald Bros with the radius lip on them, and then it's just a strip infill. But this is what the customer supplied, so that's what we're going to use.
that's what you wanted.
That's what he wanted. That's right. Customer's always right. So yeah, we'll get the rollers out and
Roll them up.
put a roll in them.
Alright, let's get the rolls out. Make it worth the trip. So that'll just tuck in there.
We say tuck in there. It's going to be fun.
You're going to need your hammer, mate.
Need a love stick, yeah.
The love tapper.
A swader. Well, maybe not a swader.
Just punish hammer. Pittsburgh seam tub together.
That's pretty much it.
So what do you reckon? You'll just like stitch?
Yeah, I might just put a couple of stitches around it.
Just seam seal it up.
Yeah.
Because obviously all it's holding, that's just a mechanical.
Yeah, it's just not even mechanical, it's just a friction fit. I'll do a little bit of dressing on it to push those in. Just get a sort of sharp lip out of it. I guess we'll see how it fits in there. Oh, it doesn't fit.
Real good.
I think it still needs a bit of trimming there.
Yep. That's going to be bleeding as well anyway.
Yeah, it's going to need a bit more trimming before we get that in there. That's alright.
But I think we'll call it that for an episode. We've got some stuff to go out and do at the farm.
We do. But yeah, gives you an idea of a Pittsburgh tub. They were pretty common back in the day, like it was a pretty quick way of doing it. A lot of the old school guys used to just do Pittsburghs.
So this is like, I don't know, one of 3 ways of doing it. So obviously you've seen how I've done it on the ute.
Did split tubs on the ute.
This one's Pittsburgh seamed. And then you can get like rolled edge mud guards.
Yeah, it's got like a...
So it's a whole actual mud guard to go in. That comes in one piece.
Yeah, you can get the Mr. Mudguard versions.
Yeah.
Or the McDonald Bros do another version of their split tubs. And it's got like a 25 or a 38mm radius.
Which is what Scotty from Carnage used in that wagon.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
Exactly like that.
So yeah, that's pretty all.
That's pretty much it. So it gives you a good
tub of car.
gives you a good rundown on boxing that rail back in, really trying to strengthen it back up. Tubs. Next is, yeah, we'll tidy all this up, probably trim it all out and get that to just go.
Today's code word would be boxing.
Oh, I would have thought CAD. A lot of CAD in this episode.
Yeah, righto.
A lot of CAD.
CAD it is.
CAD it is.
Well, except boxing or CAD.
Whatever you comment first. Put both in there, go on.
2 different comments.
2 different comments.
Make sure you like and subscribe as well. It really does help us out.
Yep, sure does.